there, welcome back. Today we are diving into a hot button question. Are immigrants stealing Americans' jobs? And why are we seeing empty job sites and deserted farms? Let's flip that narrative. Instead of myths, we'll break down the real reasons behind labor shortages on work sites and fields, from enforced immigration crackdown to undercounted job data and a glaring lack of workers who want those tough gigs. It's not about jobs being taken, but rather jobs being left unfilled. Grab your thinking cap, smash the like button, and let's get into the truth. First, are immigrants stealing jobs? Let's start with the core claim. The idea that immigrants steal jobs implies they take existing opportunities, leaving US-born workers unemployed, but that's not what data shows. As of 2023, immigrants held about 17.9% of jobs, roughly equal to their share of the working age population. In fact, they were slightly overrepresented in employment. The unemployment rate for US-born workers in 2023 hit a record low of 3.6%. This tells us jobs were plentiful. Immigrants were not driving narratives out of work. Experts emphasize the economy is not a pie with fixed slices. New jobs expand the pie rather than just redividing it. Immigrants often feel demanding, low-pay, physical, tough jobs many Americans are not keen on, like field work, night shift, or grueling manual labor. In other words, these are jobs that would remain vacant without immigrant workers. Not taken from others. Bottom line, immigrants are vital to many industries, not job thieves. In fact, they help drive job creation and economic growth. Number 2. Why are farms and job sites being left empty? First is the enforcement crackdowns and H-2A visa limits. Stricter ICE grade, particularly in border regions like the Rio Grande Valley, have caused mass no-shows, some farms reporting up to 75% of workers absent, even days at a time. The H-2A visas program, meant to legalize temporary agricultural labor, covers only about 10% of farm workers and fails to support year-round operations like dairy. Across major farm belts, including California, Texas, Pennsylvania, enforcement has led to crop rotting and disrupted operations, with 70% of workers sometimes simply not showing up after crackdowns. The result: empty fields, unplanted orchards, lost harvest, and a struggling supply chain. The second thing is data on counts and skilled labor staff. Statistics often undercount recent immigrants, especially undocumented ones. The CPS, that is the Current Population Survey, estimated a net increase of 3.94 million immigrants between 2022 and 2024, while the CBO, that's the Congressional Budget Office, figures jumped to 8.65 million. That's a massive gap. The undercount makes unemployment rates look better than reality, hiding real labor slack and unfilled roles. When immigrants are underrecorded, the data appears stronger than what is happening on the ground. So the empty job site is often not about immigrants stealing work. It's about workers not counted, not surveyed, or scared away by enforcement. Let's put all together. First is the myth, right? Immigrants take jobs from Americans. The reality is that they fill tough roles Americans don't often take, while also generating demand, starting businesses, and boosting the economy. Another myth is empty work site means fewer jobs for immigrants, but in reality, they illustrate labor shortages caused by enforcement policies and visa gaps, not job hoarding. Another myth is immigration hurts US worker, but in reality, evidence shows minimal impact on wages or employment overall. Meanwhile, a shrinking native-born workforce and aging population means immigration is vital to maintain growth. Stephen Moore and Richard Vedder argue that the US cannot reach sustained economic growth without immigrants, especially with retiring baby boomers and low birth rates. Approximately half of all new civilian workers over the past decade were immigrants, and they are expected to account for nearly all net workforce growth in the next 20 years. Immigrants also contribute by creating businesses. Nearly half of the Fortune 500 companies were founded by immigrants or their children. So let's quash the myths. Immigrants are not robbing Americans of jobs. They are often stepping into jobs Americans don't want and building the economy we all rely on. The empty fields and silent work sites, those are signs of labor gaps, not occupation. Cracking down on immigrant workers without reforming visa systems or building a willing workforce only strain production and raises prices, not reduce employment. We need smart policy, fair legal pathways, protection against exploitation, and investment in training for high demand domestic roles. If we want our field harvested and our buildings built, we must stop treating immigrants as scapegoats and start seeing them as economic partner. If you found this video helpful, hit that like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell, because when we unpack myths, we build understanding. Got questions or pushed back ideas? Drop them in the comments below. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.